My name is Aaron Mwesibwa. I've been working as the assistant researcher in this project, trying to coordinate the teams that have been working on this project. And from what we've done, it's been an exciting experience, seeing how we could use non-conventional methods to bring together ordinary people and then city planners and the city authority into working together on infrastructure that is inclusive on almost everyone that uses the road infrastructure in the city here. So we had part of the project with the children. That was one of the most exciting. We had to engage school children and mentor them into road safety champions in their schools. And out there, when they are out of their class, when they are in the compound playing, we want them to talk about road safety. We want them to talk about how safely they can use the roads, how best they can walk to school and walk home, how best they can be safe at school. And we thought it came out well because from the sketches we did, from the materials we provided kids, they were able to remember the things we told them, and they were able to know that when they're on the road, you're not supposed to play around. When you're on the road, you're not supposed to push your friend. When you're on the road, you're supposed to behave in a certain way. And it was good. It was good. We enjoyed it.
This one, who pressed it here? Yes, she's here. What's your name? Nakazwe. Nakazwe was right. These are the kids chasing the dog. They are playing with the dog in the road. The dog is running the main road, you see?
Yes.
So it can easily lead them into the road. They can easily go with it into the road without paying attention. What does that mean? It means they will knock them.
What was special is the feedback we had to get from the people, especially in the placemaking activities, getting the people, the general public, the road users, the business people involved in the discussions on what the NMT project will emerge like, and getting to have their feedback and their suggestions here and there.
So we learn how to communicate with them. So we get ideas.
I am thinking if we hadn't run out of time, maybe this feedback would help the authorities greatly in their implementation of these activities.
It's been a wonderful experience being able to apply my skill set to bringing awareness about inclusive urban planning to the different groups of Kampala, different urban dwellers, different people of different groups of people. So animation played a different unique role in the way we are passing on the information. We wanted to be able to break down the information and for people to understand, especially with the areas of with the site of the school zebra crossings. So we had about 4 weeks of interacting with the school children, and we had to make a few caricatures, make a few drawings, so that we involved the kids in painting and interacting them, asking them about the different experiences they had on the roads. And it was a wonderful experience. We were able to interact with them and ask them a few questions, and they had so much information on what they felt about whether they were safe in the city, what areas they thought were not safe for them to cross, and at the end of it all, we were able to do extra things like something we call the camp theater.
for me, this research has been an end in itself, in the sense that we've been really reaching out to the schools, the young people, sharing our creatives and finding a way how Kampala City can be better. In terms of planning, we've done our part, made a contribution, but engaging the public, which we have learned a lot. For me, it's an archive of sorts that I've learned so much. From the young ones I engaged, asking them about Kampala, from the very many people I've interacted with on the streets, talking and interacting, and we're sharing moments. And that has been a very unique one.
So it's been a very interesting project, being a research project for one, because it has generated a lot of information for us, but also it has informed practice in such a way, because as we submit some of our lessons through pictures, through illustrations by most of the creatives, it's been a very independent kind of initiative that demonstrates why it is important to open up streets for the people to walk and cycle more as a good practice, so that we reduce on the pollution in terms of air and noise, so that people can actually live in their own cities in their own sense. As a recommendation to our city planners, the best thing to do is basically to learn from these particular processes, because it has already been an undertaken kind of approach. It's not something too new, but it is something that provides information, and information that can actually be done or used to create very more practical initiatives that improve the city.
Nebaza abaze okukolera kuzegula cross kubanga tubadde tufuna obuzibu okusala ekkubo kugeza ng'ababoda oba oyagala okusala bo tebayimirira ng'olisooka waka olireesye n'osanga wano ate takisi ziganya okuyimirira kukoza obutewali zebra cross. So kino kisibu nnyo kyamaanyi ate nga twebaza nnyo bambi abatukoledde. Thank them so much.
i-CMiiST, we have really had fun with it. It's a good program that we initiated, research-based study, but with the real impact for the people of Kampala, for especially children. Transportation impacts so many people in different ways, socially, economically, and the quality of life in a city goes down if transportation is not good. So i-CMiiST identified the right locations, and from this experience you see that people are interested in solving these problems together in partnerships. The city authority is interested in working with partnerships like us, research-based. The public is interested to have change, to cooperate for change.
Ekkubo lino tulikwesa mangi, naye obuzibu kyasinze okulabamu ab'emmotoka ennene. Kankugambe bwe ntogeza bbaasi wano za Kaga n'enfundawo okusiba zinyiga abantu wammanga awo wali akatale akabalema awo. Kebere takisi eyo naye ebaako beenyiga awo wansi okutta awo wammanga awo. Kati nze kyentegeeza oba mu nsonga yange kyandibadde beta nnyo okulifula ababigere n'ab'obugaali. Oyabaye omuntu wakagali kiba simple nnyo okumaintaininga akagaali ako. Nawe emmotoka ng'egaanye okusiba kiba kizibu nnyo. Era breeki zajja zinoonyeza mu bantu wammanga awo. Nandiyagadde lifuulibwe abantu abayitirako abapiki, kubanga piki tereeta jjaamu, n'ababugaali n'ab'ebigere erigibwako ab'emmotoka.
Jam is brought by this mixture of motorcycles, vehicles and the pedestrians. But if they could separate the vehicles to take their direction and the pedestrians, at least jam would be improved, the city would be organized.
And then we had a perfect team. We had a wonderful team. How we selected these people is that we needed people with open minds, people interested in the subject, people who are mindful of others' needs in terms of mobility. And I'm so proud that we had a perfect product for i-CMiiST.
We see in other cities where they have dedicated lanes for pedestrians, cyclists and for other vehicle traffic, that it's a lot safer.
I was really surprised and pleased to see what the team is doing. It's a really difficult project, and I can't believe that they could make that much progress. I experienced walking the traffic situation for myself, and pedestrians are in a very dangerous position on the streets of Kampala with the motor scooters and the buses and the taxis and the collective taxis. I'm surprised there aren't more accidents, frankly, and particularly for children. It's very, very dangerous. People don't think that they can reimagine their cities, and I think what the intervention has shown, even if things don't change immediately, that people are engaging with authorities over what they want and the way they want the street to be and how they can still conduct their living, but in slightly different ways. And I think, you know, the imagining the city another way is perhaps the biggest gift that you've given them, along with the fact that you're working as intermediaries between the city authorities and the people who use the streets, the poor and the pedestrians, the people that are forced to walk.
Webale, Kabaganya, Antwa Mawanga.